Moving on to number 19, same thing from Brian, or same person, Brian. Update audiovisual equipment on the city council chambers here at City Hall.
All right, so no presentation for this one either, because basically everything that we're asking to upgrade is right in front of you. Everything you hear, everything you see in presentation is what we're looking to upgrade. So this meeting space is used not only for council chambers, for council meetings, but for several different boards and commissions, as well as internal trainings and other civic events. The audio in this chambers here was last updated in 2010. The video was updated in 2014. Now over that time, technology has changed, it's improved, and a lot of our equipment is actually starting to show its age. You can hear it when you hit buttons, makes a noise. You can probably hear some of the equipment humming in the background. So it doesn't have a whole lot of life left in it. So our goal of this project is really to just enhance these meetings, that we want to make sure we have a proper audio and video quality for presentations, so everybody in the audience can hear everything that you're saying properly, but it's also for the audience that's not here. So the better audio performance we have, the better recordings we get for people that are watching it after the fact. So we're going out looking for this, and staff has found it very difficult to actually find vendors that are capable of doing this type of work. It's a very specialized field, and people that do this type of work in a government setting for these type of meeting spaces is few and far between. We've worked with several vendors in the past, mainly from Bay Area and Sacramento, and they just tend to be very hard to get a hold of and to get out and work on our systems when we do need them. So they've been very unreliable. So we went out searching for another vendor, and we found, came across TriPath Technologies out of Chico. They've been very receptive to us. They've come out on site many times to look at what we have, give recommendations on what we could do and what we should do with this space to make things better. And we actually entered into an agreement with them to actually design a proposal, which is part of the staff report. So we paid them to come in, look at what we were doing, and design a whole package for delivering what we were looking for. So we like TriPath. They're local, as far as we're concerned. They're local. They're very attentive to our needs, and they're very, very willing to work with the city, which is important for us. That's been something, for some reason, it's very hard to find for our size, I guess. And the other point I wanted to make is just the equipment itself is based off of CMAS pricing, so it's part of a competitive contract already, and staff has gone out and verified that the pricing that's in the proposal is consistent with market pricing, so we do believe we're getting a good value out of that. So with that, staff is recommending that the council awards the purchase of equipment and services to update the audio-video equipment in the council chambers at City Hall to TriPath Technology Group of Chico, California, in the amount of $70,000.61, finding that it's in the best interest of the city to do so. And with that, I can answer any questions.
Through the mayor, is the screen that you guys are proposing, or staff is proposing, bigger than the one that's up there?
It is equivalent to what is up there. So it's moving from, with this as a rear projection screen, to an LED television screen. It'll be much brighter, much crisper. We'll basically take away the screen, fill it in with wood, and then mount the screen in front of it. So you'll have an equivalent size screen. Our goal is to make it more readable from across the room. So people from anywhere within the chambers here will be able to enjoy the presentations.
Is there any thought or chance to make it bigger? I'm not Spencer's age, and it's hard to see from over here sometimes.
Going bigger becomes cost prohibitive. The size we're looking at is actually quite expensive. Going any larger doubles or triples the price. We're looking at kind of the max size to be within a reasonable cost. The TV that we're looking at is a commercial TV as well. So it's designed for longer life, heavier usage. So it's not your typical residential TV that may only last a couple of years. So we're trying to plan on making it last.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
Through the mayor. I know just a little bit about audio and video. So have you looked at going to a video wall? Because you're talking about just mounting basically an LCD TV up there. And, I'm used to working with and seeing, that entire wall could be basically the size of an iPad. They're little screens that make one big screen. Mm-hmm. Did you even talk to them about that? Because you could utilize the entire space and get a cost of what that would look, because that would accommodate what you're after, you know, to where we had bigger format.
That is an option, and this proposal isn't set in stone as far as individual items, so that's something we can ask them about as well, as long as it works within the same cost structure. We didn't look at it in particular just because we're trying to stay within this general area without doing too much major construction, because that just increases the cost as well. The problem you have with more TVs is the support structure needs to be reinforced to carry the weight.
Yeah, actually, they're pretty light. The only other question I have is, are we going to have Dolby THX for Star Wars night on May 4th?
I wish.
Okay. It's 8:30. I had to lighten it up a little
Through the
bit.
mayor. Is quick question. Is this the first time that we've upgraded the system?
It is not, no.
Okay.
No, like I said, we did update the audio in 2010. I did some video updates in 2014. 2014 was mainly the cameras and the video recording equipment. I believe we did update the rear projection projector at that time. But most of the equipment is dated.
No problem.
I'd say the wiring, things like that, probably original.
Okay. That's. I was just wondering if this is the first time or not. Okay. Thank you.
Very good.
I'll do the mayor.
Nope,
Oh,
we have to
thank
get public comment.
Yeah.
And I have,
Go- I was going to say, if I can speak after public comment, thank you.
Pat Miller again. You know, all those things sound great and wonderful, but I've been coming to these meetings for a number of years, and I think your sound system is great. The board is not bad at all. Sometimes it is a little hard to see, but $70,000 when you have a tight budget, I think that's money that could be better spent elsewhere. Thank you.
thank you, Pat. Anybody else from the public care to comment? All right, back to council.
I like the idea that you're bringing forward these upgrades. I do ask that if we can, because vision-wise, it's tough to sometimes really see well from the projection that we have now. If there's an opportunity to go, I know you mentioned that if we were to go bigger, but there's multiple screens that you can also attach and then still have a large enough surface area, to show clarity. But my ask is that we get something that is going to be visually easy from here to see and anywhere across the room. And then the other part is, I often hear from constituents or just other members, maybe other elected officials as well, on the videotaping and the quality of the video. It's sometimes good and sometimes not good, or have you had any
Our main
feedback?
concern with the video quality has been the lighting in this room.
Yeah.
We have poor lighting and a dark background, so it really does not lend itself to a video recording. It's something we want to do in the future. We just didn't have the budget to do it during this project. So
Bless you.
at some point in the future, we may bring back an upgrade to the lighting. I don't know how much people like the wood grain, but it really doesn't help video recording. That's what you tend to see, the graininess of the pictures. We have HD cameras, but you're not getting an HD quality picture because of the low light that's being caused by the lack of lighting and the dark backgrounds.
Yeah. Do you know how many people watch our meetings by chance? Do you keep track of that?
I do. It varies. We put up each item individually, so each item has its own count. Typically, there are 20 to 30 views per item per meeting is where we're at. We do have over 1,000 meetings on there. So
We're not trending? Is that what you're telling me?
Not quite. No. We're working on that.
Do we need to create our own hashtag or something to
Possibly.
get there? Okay. Anyway, I'm interested in having us improve the quality, so thank you. I'm done.
Comment? All right. Yeah, we can take a motion.
Hey, through the mayor, I'd like to make staff's recommendation of updating audio video equipment in the council chambers at City Hall.
There's a motion. We have a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed would be me.